Hello and welcome to day 2. So today we're going to talk about mindfulness and meditation. So the present awareness is a term that is used in order to be able to help you get out of the chaos of your mind and into the present moment. When you do that, what happens is you are now taking yourself out of the chaotic, overthinking, stressed out, self-doubting, self-hating mind, saboteur mind, judge mind, shadow mind, and you're bringing yourself into a present space for you to be able to shut that off, even for a minute, so that you can just simply notice what is around you at that moment so you can calm your nervous system down. Okay, so I have included in today's training a video, a 15-minute video that I would love for you to watch that is about present awareness and a little bit more about what it means and how it works, and an exercise that you can do today that we can all do together. Meditation is another beautiful, beautiful tool that I use every single day. And it is something that I really, really, really strongly encourage my clients to use, because meditation is a beautiful way, in addition to the dancing that we talked about yesterday, for you to be able to start to hear the answers that you're seeking. Meditation takes time, it takes practice, it takes patience. Okay, meditation is not something that you just sit and then all of a sudden you're enlightened. It doesn't work like that. There are a lot of myths around meditation. Your mind doesn't actually ever stop. It just doesn't. What happens is your mind just starts to quiet down over time the more you meditate. So I have provided you with a list of resources that you can use to either start your meditation practice and take it to something that is consistent for you, or elevate an already existing practice. So depending on where you are on the spectrum, maybe you haven't meditated for like 6 months and you tried it and it didn't work for whatever reason. Doesn't matter what the reason was. It just didn't work for you. And so I invite you to try it again, because it really truly is a tool to allow you to really be able to transcend the negative voices and the saboteurs and all of that kind of stuff that's holding you back. Okay, and it allows you to find that inner peace and find that inner calm that I know, and that satisfaction that I know we are all seeking within. And if you already are practicing meditation, maybe you probably already are if you're here, and you are doing it maybe 2 or 3 times a week, let's say, and maybe it's only for 10 minutes or 15 minutes, and you've been getting like the message, right? Oh, I really want to meditate longer. I think I should meditate longer. That's your intuition talking, right? And the more we ignore that, the more we're out of integrity with ourselves. We're what I call in an integrity breach. You're breaching your own integrity. Your own intuition is coming up and saying, I would love it if we meditated more. And then when you say no, you don't prioritize it, you procrastinate it, all the saboteurs, right, come up and give you all the reasons why you shouldn't. No time, doesn't work, don't know how, whatever it is that comes up for you in that. You're thinking too much while you're in it. It's too distracting. It doesn't feel relaxing when you're doing it. Whatever it is, just know that that's just that inner voice. That is just the saboteur. And those are the things that we're going to talk about in the next couple of days. And we go much deeper into in the Feminine Rising program. But for now, I invite you to, if that voice has been coming up for you, oh my gosh, that's your intuition. Please listen. Please listen. You want to listen to that voice, not all these other ones, because that is the voice of your soul. That's your intuition. That is That's your inner knowing. That's your guiding light. And the more you follow and trust that voice and start to get into the habit of trusting that voice, the more you're going to realize that your life is unfolding in ways that you never imagined before, and it's going to be amazing. You're no longer going to find yourself in situations where you're like, how did I get here? What again? Because you're listening to your saboteurs when that happens. So when you start to cultivate listening to your intuition more and more and trusting it, which is hard to do, I know, because we think we've listened to our intuition before, when actually we were listening to our saboteurs, because our saboteurs can really, we really think that it's our intuition, and it's not. It's our saboteur. Okay, so we talk about more about the difference between these two things in the program, because it's very, very, very subtle. It's very subtle. But for now, I invite you to really get into that mindfulness, that present awareness, okay? And start or amp up your existing meditation practice so that you can really hear the messages that are coming up for you. And as a third step, as a third stretch, what I would say to you is, when you're getting those deep messages that you feel it's different, it's a one-shot thing, rather than a blah, 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 long run-on sentence. It's a one-shot thing. That is your intuition. Follow that. Just follow it without question for, all of today or for the rest of the week, and see what happens. And if that leads you into something that is like a dead end or something not quite right or whatever, ask yourself, was that really my intuition, or was it my saboteur? And if it leads you to some sort of dead end, is it because that dead end needed to happen, right? Maybe that dead end actually needed to happen and you're kind of relieved, but at the same time, it might have invited some chaos in your life. And so now you're feeling like a victim, like, oh my God, I should have never listened to my intuition. Yes, you should. Always, 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 because guaranteed, if you're willing to peel back the layer and look at the shadow and look at what's underneath there, which this is the work that we do together. So if you're ready and willing and able to be courageous and look at that, then you will see what the pattern is. You will see what the underlying thing is there that you haven't been able to see. And that will enable you to continue to go forward in your life without blowing it up down the road. Okay, this is what that shadow work is. This is what looking at those sabotages are. I've given you a tiny little flavor of it. It's more advanced material, but I've given you a small little flavor of it as a tool of self-inquiry while you're in this space of mindfulness and meditation, to be able to call up what it is that needs to come up for you so that you can be your fully expressed self. You can be that powerful, empowered, confident, sensual, tapped in woman that I know you are inside, and you know you are inside. Thank you for today. Make sure you grab those resources, come into the group and share what your learnings are, and what your practices are going to be today. And I will see you in tomorrow's video.